The human side of public figures. It's easy to forget that public figures are human, until moments like these remind us. Kelly Ripa is admired not because she is flawless, but because she is real. Her strength has never come from pretending life is easy. It comes from continuing forward with grace, even when things feel heavy. Emotional health challenges do not diminish strength, they reveal it. And in a culture that often expects women, especially successful women, to handle everything, Kelly's quiet vulnerability resonates deeply. Aging, change, and emotional reflection. Another layer to this conversation is time. Kelly Ripa has grown up in front of the camera. With that comes reflection on life, priorities, and personal well-being. Aging is not something she hides, but it is something she navigates thoughtfully. With age often comes deeper emotional awareness, reflection on family and legacy, a desire for balance over constant momentum. These moments of reflection can appear emotional even when they are healthy. Growth itself can feel heavy before it feels peaceful. This isn't about speculation. It's not about dramatic headlines. It's about connection. Kelly Ripa's silent, emotional moments matter because they remind people that it's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to carry emotions quietly. For viewers facing their own struggles, seeing someone they admire continue with grace can be comforting. It can feel validating. Sometimes representation doesn't come through words, it comes through presence. Strength doesn't always look loud. Kelly Ripa's strength has never been about grand declarations. It has always been about showing up, about consistency, about resilience. Her silent struggle, if that is what it is, does not define her. It highlights her humanity. And perhaps that is why fans feel so deeply connected to this moment, because it reflects something universal, the courage to keep going, even when things feel heavy. It's important to approach moments like these with care. Emotional health is personal. Silence does not mean crisis. Reflection does not mean weakness. Kelly Ripa has earned respect, not speculation. What fans are responding to is not fear, but empathy, not curiosity, but concern, not gossip, but gratitude. Gratitude for someone who has given so much of herself every morning for so many years. In a world that moves quickly, where emotions are often overlooked, Kelly Ripa's quiet moment reminded people to slow down, to feel, to reflect, and to care. Sometimes the most powerful stories aren't told through words. They're felt, deeply, collectively, and compassionately. And that is why this moment stayed with fans long after the cameras stopped rolling. For decades, Kelly Ripa has been a familiar and comforting presence in millions of American homes. Each morning, she steps onto the television screen with an effortless smile, quick wit, and a sense of warmth that feels almost personal. To many viewers, Kelly isn't just a television host. She feels like family. But behind the bright studio lights and carefully timed laughter, fans have begun to notice something different, something quieter, something deeply human. In recent months, subtle moments on Live with Kelly and Mark have sparked conversations among viewers. A pause that lingered just a second too long, a smile that appeared practiced rather than spontaneous, a tone that carried emotional weight beneath the usual cheer. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't announced, but it was felt. And for longtime fans, that feeling raised an important question. Is Kelly Ripa carrying a silent, emotional, and health struggle that the world rarely sees? Kelly Ripa's career is built on energy, on presence, on showing up every single day, no matter what might be happening off camera. Morning television doesn't pause for personal challenges. The cameras roll. The audience expects familiarity, comfort, and consistency. And Kelly has delivered that year after year. But what many people forget is that consistency comes at a cost. Being on every day requires emotional discipline. It requires pushing personal stress aside. It means showing strength even when exhaustion, anxiety, or emotional heaviness tries to surface. Fans who have followed Kelly's journey for years know that she is deeply honest, but also fiercely private. She shares moments of joy and humor freely, yet guards her inner struggles carefully. That balance has always been part of who she is. Lately, though, viewers have sensed that the balance may be harder to maintain. In today's world, conversations about health often focus on the physical, but emotional health, stress, mental fatigue, emotional burnout is just as real and often much harder to recognize. Kelly Ripa has spoken openly in the past about the pressures of work, motherhood, and maintaining balance in a demanding industry. She has acknowledged anxiety, the challenges of aging in the public eye, and the emotional toll of constant scrutiny. Yet emotional health struggles rarely announce themselves loudly. They show up quietly, in exhaustion behind the eyes, in moments of reflection that feel heavier than usual, in laughter that still exists but carries depth beneath it. Fans watching closely have noticed these signs, not out of judgment, but out of concern. Morning television hosts are expected to be emotional anchors. They set the tone for the day. They bring positivity into people's routines, and Kelly Ripa has done this with remarkable consistency. But strength, when required every day, can become heavy. Kelly balances a long-running television career, public expectations, family responsibilities, constant media attention. There is little space to simply pause. Even taking a day off can become a headline. Even showing vulnerability can be dissected. In such an environment, it's natural to internalize stress rather than express it openly. That internalization, holding everything together quietly, is often what people mean when they speak of a silent struggle. One of the most powerful aspects of Kelly Ripa's relationship with her audience is emotional intuition. Viewers have watched her grow, evolve, and mature over decades. They recognize when something feels different. Recently, fans have commented on her softer tone during conversations, emotional reactions to seemingly simple topics, moments of reflection that feel personal. Nothing dramatic was said, nothing alarming was announced, and yet people felt it. Social media quietly filled with messages of support. She seems tired. I hope she's okay. You can tell she's carrying a lot. Sending Kelly love. She gives us so much. These reactions weren't fueled by rumors. They were fueled by empathy. Standing beside Kelly is Mark Consuelos, not just her co-host, but her life partner. Their on-screen chemistry reflects years of shared experience, mutual respect, and deep understanding. Mark's presence has added warmth and emotional safety to the show. He listens, he responds gently. He often senses when a moment needs lightness or when it needs space. In subtle ways, viewers have noticed how Mark supports Kelly, offering reassurance during emotional conversations, bringing humor when tension arises, remaining steady and grounded. This quiet partnership has not gone unnoticed. To many fans, Mark represents stability, a reminder that Kelly is not facing her challenges alone.